everybody, this is Joel and
Paul
from Moving to Mexi.co. Bienvenidos a Nuestro canal and Bienvenidos a Valle Dorado. And what day is it today, Paul? You don't say it. Taco Tuesday! Hey, this is the second time we're in Valle Dorado, hey Paul?
That's right.
And the first time we went to Pancho's Tacos.
Yes.
And we also found these other little street taquerias, and I had the tongue taco.
La lengua.
And then just trying to remember back to that, but that was like a fun night. Anyways, Daniela, Paul's wife, I was gonna say husband. I like it again.
Yeah.
See, this is my second cup of coffee. This is morning. We're going.
Your third cup, you start calling Daniela my wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
So because it's morning tacos, I had one cup of coffee. Here's the second one to go, but I'll get that right. But anyways, where are we going, Paul?
We're going to a place that Daniela recommended, and I don't remember it offhand right now.
Okay.
But it's.
So we'll go find it.
I believe it was called Ricas.
Okay.
It's a birria place.
Oh, we're going to birria.
We'll see what the sign says when we get there.
Okay, excelente. Well, let's go explore.
It's a morning taco, so you get birria, right? And there's a place that seems to be fairly popular right here, but this is not what she recommended. And maybe we could try it on the way back.
We'll try it on the way back. Grab a taco.
Okay.
All right. Where are we going?
We're actually on the main strip of Valle Dorado right now, but we're gonna venture off to the side street here, because that's where it says it is.
And we're going down that way.
We're going down this. We can go down this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys do this weekend?
This weekend, what did we do?
The Semana Santa weekend, which is
We just kind of hung out. We kind of laid low.
Yeah.
Because it's always very busy during Semana Santa. A lot of crazy drivers on the road.
Well, we got so we went, and a lot of people suggest, like, when you want to go visit like a big city like Mexico City or Guadalajara or any of the bigger cities. Hey, buddy.
There's the alarm system on that house.
Hey. But anyways, because everyone from the big cities is coming to, everyone comes to the beach.
Yes.
That's just what they do on Semana Santa. So we said, well, we're going to be contrarian and we're going to go against the grain on this one. So we went to Lake Chapala and Ajijic.
Okay.
And it was great, but...
And here's another taco place.
And a cafe.
Pancakes. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, look at this, eh?
Turned their house into a restaurant.
But the crazy thing was, we left first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. We made it to Tequila in, I think, 3 hours.
Wow.
So super fast.
That's awesome.
But when we got to the main freeway of people leaving Guadalajara and starting their journey to Bucerias or Puerto Vallarta, it was lined up for kilometers. I took a little video, so like check this video out.
Can I help you, honey? Can I help you? You sure I can help you? Because I don't want you to crash.
Say that again.
Come on,
So
listen.
this is why you leave Bucerias and Semana Santa, and you come back when everyone else is going back the other way. Like this is like 5 kilometers long. And look at all those cars. So can you imagine? I mean, you're probably gonna be in that line if you're in the back for about an hour and a half or 2 hours just to get to the beach. Like we were flying through the toll booths.
Yeah.
Because there was no one there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of insane, right?
Yeah.
But they do it every year. Last year, because of the C-19, they all got turned around.
They all got turned around and said, go home.
Yeah. The beach is closed.
The beach was closed. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was like yesterday.
But this year there was quite a few people. Danielle and I went for a walk on the beach, and we posted a video and shared it with the members.
The members only video.
Yeah. And,
that's cool.
And you know, there was probably like a good, like I thought about 50% capacity, or 50% of the people that would be here on a normal time.
Yeah.
So it was good to see.
Well, I am excited to get back out towards Lake Chapala again, and I think we should do a proper video. But we did stay in Ajijic, a really cool town. We have some friends that found this nice hotel that was like a courtyard setup, had a beautiful pool, a nice restaurant. you kind of meander around the streets around there. It was pretty cool. Have you ever been to?
I have never been there.
have you?
I've driven past Lake Chapala. I've seen
Okay.
it, but I never stopped and
Yeah, it's
spent any time there.
it's nice.
Here we are.
Over here. Choco bananas, man.
Okay.
Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
What do you think? Right here?
Yeah, this is good. Pretty quiet, huh?
Tranquilo, man.
Muy tranquilo here.
Aquí está, una quesadilla blandita.
Okay, Joel, so we're not in Lake Chapala.
We're not in
We're
Lake
in
Chapala.
Valle Dorado.
Valle Dorado.
And what restaurant are we at here?
Oh, Rica Barbacoa el Güero.
And we noticed there's something with Güero there in
Yeah,
that
so
word.
if you have a G and a U and the two dots are over the U and then the E after, it becomes wet.
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 Okay, not
So-
Guero.
Not guero, but güero. But if you say guero, I think people would know what you're talking about, but it's güero.
And Güero is like a white person, right? Like a light complected
Yes.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what often I'll be called that.
you're a güero.
Yeah, like on the bus. The bus driver calls you whatever you look like, and he goes, "Güero."
You.
Yeah.
White guy.
Yeah, there's your stop, dude. Get off my bus.
That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
I've been called that.
Completely racist.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding.
No, I did not get offended by that.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, because at least he didn't call me gordo,
Yeah, gordo.
which some
Well,
people do.
Pepe, our bike mechanic, his dad was here for Semana Santa, and he's like a really active cyclist. He's got to be in his 70s, but he's like
cool.
a machine. But he called me gordo.
Gordo?
He's like,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I've gained a little weight.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, you're gordo, man. I'm
Pepe.
like, thank you.
And the name Pepe has a story too. Do you know about why Pepe is a Pepe?
No, tell me.
And the thing about, and Pepe did tell me this
Okay.
story too. Let me see if I can get this
Why
straight.
he's Pepe?
Well, no, just like Pepe's in general. 'Cause
Okay.
Pepe is if your name is
Jose. Yeah,
right?
you can become Pepe.
You become Pepe. And the way that happens is when you're in the Catholic tradition, if your father is not your paternal father,
Yeah.
so who's Jesus's dad, right?
Right.
It's God,
Right.
but he has a stepdad,
Right.
who was Joseph,
Right.
Jose. So they would mark it down in the books in the Catholic tradition. Gracias. Sí, sí, está bien. Okay, that was quick. So they'd mark it down PP because it's Padre Paterno,
Oh, and then it just became
and then so it became Pepe.
Pepe. That's interesting.
Pepe.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Right? I was like, oh wow! And so now all Jose's can be called Pepe.
Pepe. And it really was pay.
Yeah.
Like
A P and a P.
pay.
Pepe.
Then it just become Pepe. Like a double P.
That's right.
That's interesting. Now I actually know that. I learned something today on Taco Tuesday,
Yeah.
everybody.
All right. Here's my café. Muchas gracias.
Buen provecho.
Gracias.
So they gave us consommé.
Got the consomme, which is delicious. Everyone's consomme is always different. This is really good. Have you tried it yet?
No, I'm just filming you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I gotta take my bite of taco here.
You got blanditos, or what did you get?
No, I asked them to be dorado, but a little less.
Oh, okay. Slightly dorado.
Yeah, half dorado.
Which means golden, which
Yeah.
means fried and crispy.
To me, it's the only way to do it. If you eat a taco,
Yeah.
dorado. It's nice, very nice. But tacos are breakfast food here.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that before, so don't be afraid when you're in Mexico and you get up in the morning to do something a little bit different. Instead of going to a restaurant having bacon and eggs, just go to a little taqueria, and that's spicy.
Okay. So we were chatting about your weekend experience traveling to Lake Chapala.
Lake Chapala.
And where was it exactly that you stayed?
So we stayed first in Ajijic, which is a lot of expats either live in like the town called Chapala, or Ajijic is pretty popular amongst people who have retired and now living in Mexico full time. But one of the cool things about that whole Chapala area is just the steadiness of the temperature. So the average temperature throughout the whole year is like 18 degrees.
And what is that for
So
Americans?
that's like, what is that, 18 times 2? It's like 66 degrees or something.
Oh, okay. It's right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, so now you got to look at it because usually the mornings are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And your evenings are cool, and then your days will get up into the 70s and the 80s. So during the winter in the 70s, and then in the summer it gets up into the 80s. But then even in the summer it cools off quite nicely at night. So the last hotel we stayed at, we left Ajijic, which was a pretty beautiful little town. So lots of colorful buildings. I got a Cantarito, which is you just walk up to these little stores, and they basically, it's like a makeshift bar, but it's like a little tienda.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get a michelada, you can get a Cantarito, and what a Cantarito is basically tequila and squirt with ice, and they put these little spices on it, and they give you this little clay pot, so it's kind of nice because you can get one, and then you can just walk around. So we got the Cantarito, we walked around and explored the town. I bought this new bag for 650 pesos.
Like $30?
It's like 30, just over 30 bucks.
That's super nice. Leather.
Yeah, leather, and it's a little more room in it than one of my other bags.
I like that one.
It's nice, and got the little Huichol design.
I might have to go find that.
And at the same store, I got this hat, and this is going to be the little contest today. It's not for a prize; it's just
Here,
for fun.
put it forward for the camera.
Can you see what it says?
Yeah.
Cachi vache. So, anyone have an idea what cachi vache means? It's basically a Mexican slang. It's not used that often anymore, but I think it's kind of, I got an interesting reason for why I think it's interesting for an old guy to wear this cap. That's my hint to you. So then after we left Ajijic, we drove about 10 kilometers to another little town, and it was called San Juan de Cosala, I believe. I'm going to test my memory here because I have no notes. And there was this beautiful, beautiful resort up from that town, up on this mountain, and it was Monte Coxala. Some people call it Coxala. You could also call it Coxala. But here's another fun thing. What does Coxala mean? Who was Coxala? I don't even know. I haven't even looked into that yet. I haven't.
You're asking because you want them to answer.
I need you guys to help.
You're just using the subscribers and the viewers as your Google.
You guys have got to be my Google machine right now. What is the history behind Monte, M-O-N-T-E, Coxala, C-O-X-A-L-A? But anyways, this Monte Coxala was like beautiful. I think in the Saturday video, Paul, you put some of the pictures that I took there, but it's a spa resort, and it's based around these Agua Termales.
That's all right.
Hot waters.
Hot waters.
But anyways, it was pretty interesting. In the hotel, you had two types of water temperature. Didn't matter if it was the cold tap or the hot one. You had scalding, which was the water right from the hot springs.
Yeah.
Or they had like a dummied down version, which was probably just sitting in a tank, and it was warm.
It was warm.
So you had no cold water. You just had scalding or warm. So we would.
Scalding.
So every night before we went out for dinner, I'd fill up this. We had this beautiful room. And I took some videos so we can show that, but like this beautiful room, this nice king size bed. It was in front of this like floor to ceiling window that looked right out at the lake. So you're just like sitting there looking at this beautiful lake and the mountains in front of you. I'd run a bath, put the salts in. We'd go for dinner. 2.5 hours later, I'd come back and the water is like perfect.
Yeah.
Almost still too hot.
Yeah.
But it was the weird thing was, I sat in the bath one night for 1 hour, and the water was still hot after 1 hour. So I don't know if it's got some interesting healing properties and it just kind of keeps it hot, but yeah.
You look younger after.
I do. Hey, I think I de-aged myself a few years.
I think you did.
But little thermal pools all over the property. I think you put in the head, the big head, and so none of this is like, all of this stuff has been rebuilt. So it's a bit like Disneyland, but they did a really good job at it. But that head was from the Omeca.
Okay.
The Omeca people.
Yeah.
That was their type of design. But inside that head was this hot bath. And then you went through the head, and then you went through this little archway. And I was going to get some video of doing that, but I thought, you know what? When we go back, we'll do the full experience of all the different pools instead. But you guys can see this head, and inside that head is this like big pool, and so you're in a hot tub, but then inside the head, it's like being in a sauna.
That's cool.
So you have like a steam room and a bath all in the same place.
That's how I would imagine taking a bath, like in a head. It would be like a sauna.
And like a big Omeca head.
Whenever I'm thinking about that.
And then you go through this little, then there's this little doorway, you kind of swim through there, and then you're in this big encased area with little windows in the side, and it's even hotter and even more steamy. So that was it was a cool weekend, and we will definitely be back, and maybe on that road trip maybe that could just be one of our first stops. We maybe do a stop in Tequila, do a tasting there, and then a night at that resort, show you guys all the hot tubs, and then we'll make our way north into wine country.
Yeah, I think that will be a really cool one.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to focus on.
Because it's definitely, you guys know, it's like one of my passions for sure, is the whole wine scene. And going up into that northern region of Mexico, you'll be shocked at the amazing wines that are coming out of these regions. And one in particular, and that's the winery in Coahuila. Honestly, if it was a blind taste test, I would think I was drinking something from Bordeaux or something from California with an old world style.
We could test that, huh?
I know for sure we could test that.
Yeah, we could bring those wines with us.
Yeah, and do a blind tasting.
Taste test. Yesterday was Emma's birthday.
Oh, feliz cumpleaños, Emma. Feliz cumpleaños.
She's 7.
7 años.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. Yeah, and we had her birthday at the water park here.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. It's good times. And then I got to hit the piñata because it wouldn't break.
So did you break it?
I did.
So sorry, it was $128.
Okay.
So $6. We had 5 tacos and you had a coffee.
That's a screaming deal.
That's
right
a pretty
there.
screaming breakfast deal.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't like the camera. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, so the taqueria we ate at today was Rica Barbacoa el Güero. And then Paul and I were saying, well, this looks pretty good too. And we were going to come here for a bonus taco, but I had 3 Dorado tacos and I'm full, Paul.
That's enough, right?
I just can't do it. But the next time we're in Valle Dorado, let's come to this place for breakfast tacos. And I'd like to explore the area a little bit more because I saw a cute little cafe down the street. And I think maybe the premise of that Taco Tuesday could show just a different perspective of, depending on your budget, what you could actually, if you're kind of willing to get off the beaten track a bit, you could live in a place like Valle Dorado so cheaply. And maybe we can throw in some examples of some of the houses, do a little tour of the neighborhood, and just so you could kind of see everything, right? Because you only kind of see our neck of the woods in Bucerias, which is one level, and then this is another, and there's nothing wrong with this level. It's like a little community. All right, well, thanks for joining us for another Taco Tuesday. And on that note, nos vemos hasta luego and adios.